Hey besties, I'm here with Wasabi, the cutie little girl, and we're going to be talking today about the beauty effects and usages of castor oil. Say hi, darling. Say hi. She's not interested, sorry. Okay, so I heard all the ravings about castor oil and I thought I'd, give it a go, try it out. And hi. She's so cute. And ladies, I have to say, I'm impressed with castor oil. First, small disclaimer, some people like castor oil and some people don't. It's a little bit heavy wearing, so you might want to, put it on when you're not going to leave the house. And, especially if you put it on your face, you probably don't want to go out in the sun. Um, it's a good treatment for nighttime or if you are staying inside for, however many hours or whatever. Um, Usually, what I do is I wait until after my cycle because I've given my skin a bit of a break, and then I'll use castor oil directly on my face, and I'll do the gua sha. You know, you massage it, Chinese massage way of draining your lymph nodes on your face. You can do it with your face, your neck, depuffs your face. Um, Using castor oil when you do gua sha is really good because while you're draining out the bad stuff, you're bringing in the good stuff. So it's definitely a heavy duty moisturizer. Um, I like to use it on my eyelashes, my eyebrows. Occasionally, I'll put it on the roots of my hair. Now, small warning, it is quite heavy. You may need to shampoo, twice instead of once after using it. It's completely safe to use on the scalp. It's really, really good for getting rid of dandruff because it's antifungal and antibacterial. I find for scalp health, yeah, it just balances out your pH on the scalp and, of course, makes your hair moisturized. But like I said, it's very heavy wearing, so you want to really give it a good wash out. Something that I found really, really useful is if I put it really heavily into my hair, before I wash it out with shampoo, I'll do a coffee treatment in my hair, and that'll help to lift the oil out of the roots of the hair. Um, and coffee is really good for stimulating blood flow to the scalp as well. So all you do is you just get a tablespoon of any type of coffee that you like, mix it with a bit of water into like a loose paste, and just massage it directly into the scalp of your hair. So, if you've got the castor oil in there and you can't get it out with your shampoo, it's a really easy way to get it out. It's not damaging to your hair. And I also like to use castor oil on this part of my nails here, the cuticles and the nail itself. I was having problems with dry nails, and my nails were quite ridged and getting quite divoted. Um, and I found that just after 3 applications of castor oil, that problem corrected itself with my nails, and they've gotten quite strong now. Um, Castor oil is fabulous because it basically has like a Botoxy effect where it, lifts and plumps. And that's because it sucks in all the moisture into, where it's going into. Now, before it can do this and really have full effect with castor oil, you really want to like gently massage it in. Now, remember, ladies, if you are massaging your face, don't pull down, okay? Don't don't do this. This will give you lines, okay? Gua sha is great. You're pulling up, out and up, those kinds of movements. or just straight up gentle movements. Never, never, never pull down, because we get these little micro tears in our skin and we can stretch it out and really damage it. And you won't see it, with the naked eye, but you will be long term damaging your skin if you are pulling down on it, for sure. Um, Castor oil is really good for getting rid of scarring, stretch marks. Um, Personally, I just, look forward to using it, particularly on my face, particularly after my cycle. It just has that, I find that it's quite depuffing as well. Like a lot of us ladies, whether it's a hormonal imbalance or blocked um, lymph nodes and that kind of thing, you can get a bit puffy, if your diet hasn't been great. But I find that for me personally, when I do, maybe it's the actual massaging effect, but yeah, it plumps up, it lifts, it moisturizes, it depuffs. It's just like fantastic full facial. It's amazing. Um, I did see online. I mean, I don't think it's anything to worry about, but some people claimed online that using castor oil is dangerous. Now, I did a little bit of research into that, and basically that's because it contains a toxin called ricin. Now, pretty much almost everywhere where you buy castor oil, it's not going to have ricin in it because, legally manufacturers have to pull the ricin out of it. And once it's out, it's gone. And so it's not toxic anymore. However, um, some don't check to see that the levels are zero. So if you get castor oil, it's good to get one that has a label on it that says ricin free, because that means they actively test each bottle to make sure that there's no ricin remaining in the castor oil. The only other thing that I saw that, some people might care about as a detrimental effect is if you get castor oil in a plastic bottle. And so it's better if you get it in a glass vial or a glass bottle. It's not as commonly found that way though. And the reason why is because of microplastics. Now, most people will go, oh, but everything's in plastic. The problem is with castor oil is that it's so absorbent that it leaches the microplastics from the container that it's in. And most things do, but this does it hardcore. And then, when you put it on your face, it rapidly absorbs and penetrates into your, like below your skin and into your bloodstream. So, if that's something that worries you, then just purchase it in glass jars and then you don't have that problem. But as for generalized beauty treatments, I absolutely love castor oil. It has so many usages. Previously, I had, sounds awful, a fungal infection on my face. It was just awful and I could not get rid of it. And it was like in this area kind of here. And so it wasn't extremely visible, but I could just feel it. Do you know what I mean? Like it would be like flaky and like gross. And I tried, dermatological creams before and had no success with them. It would go and then it would come back. And, previously a doctor said, oh, maybe it's because I'm sweating a lot or whatever. But I found that even after one use of castor oil, it went away and it didn't come back. And that's something that I struggled with for years. So the antifungal properties are fantastic. And also, same with dandruff, it's the same thing. I know a lot of girls probably wouldn't like to admit it, but if you get flaky, dandruffy eyebrows, castor oil. Castor oil will get rid of it. Some ladies have said online that when they use castor oil too much, particularly if you're a little bit older, that they get dark under the eyes here and then it kind of like reverses the beauty effect. I found that I haven't had that problem. And I think it's because I don't use it every day. Like I think a lot of women, slather it on every day. I wouldn't recommend that just because it's very heavy wearing anyway. I do like the effects that I got of putting it on my eyelashes. Now, I've always had super thin eyelashes, super short eyelashes, and I don't wear makeup, so it's quite obvious. But I found, and of course, I don't have any scientific proof or photographic evidence, but I found that after maybe 7 or 8 applications of castor oil, doing it twice a week and over a set period of time, that the eyelashes, I can't say they're thicker, but they feel thicker. And visually, I feel like it's made a difference to my eyelashes. And I like that because, I'm too lazy to wear makeup. Um, I also feel like my dry eye went away. Like you don't slather it all over your eyes. You just like put a tiny little bit on your eyelashes, like put it down like this and then put it up and then just give it a gentle wipe. And just the tiny, tiny, tiniest amount. The tiniest amount. For some reason, I feel like it's made a difference for me. You could give it a go. Um, what else? That's pretty much all I had to say about castor oil. I just love the plumping effects. It has like depuffiness and just like a plumpy, lifty look. It's a very youthful kind of transforming beauty treatment, in my opinion. So if you've never tried it, give it a go, ladies, and let me know what you think. Okay, bye for now.